Oh, love the whole setup.
How you doing? Yeah, I made it just for this show.
Oh, well, thank you kindly. Much appreciated. I gotta let you know
You're
off the top
welcome.
that we are recording and that we plan to use it on air and online, just so you are in the know.
Got you.
I'm Tiffany, by the way. It's really nice to meet you. I appreciate you taking some time out for us today.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let's talk about your upcoming show. I know that you're going to be in Orlando this Friday and Saturday, tomorrow and the next day. Pretty much sold out shows, but you added another one for 10:15 on Friday, so folks can come out and see you. What can they expect?
Expect to have a good time for about an hour. I'm on stage giving it to you.
Nice.
Just having fun.
What are some of the things you like to focus on? I know a lot of people take from like things that are happening in their day-to-day lives. Some people pull from politics, etc.
I pull from my everyday life. You know, it could be anything from the kind of music I listen to dealing with my children and, just running errands, anything that's happening, I'm constantly taking in and trying to regurgitate out back into comedy.
Cool. What's it like being a dad? I know it's got to be a little bit different than not having kids. I have a 3-year-old, so life has changed a lot. What's it like for you?
That's wonderful. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life, and I'm totally fulfilled and I'm grateful. My kids are. I have some grown kids now. My oldest daughter's 23, and then my other daughter's 20, and then I got 2 sons. One's 17, and the other one is turning 3. So
that's a big stretch from 20s to 3.
It is, yeah.
What's that like?
It's like doing it all over again. Once you've done it, you know what to expect. So it's just hanging on for the journey and enjoying the ride, basically.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the second generation of Wayans in showbiz, really kind of using what I'm sure you and your brothers and family members have taught them. You've been in this game for a really long time. What's it like seeing the next generation come up?
Basically exactly what you just said just now is, it's nice to see them, use the stuff that we taught them and for them to apply it to what it is that they're doing. My oldest daughter is, she's in music, so it's a totally different journey, but same hard work ethic applies. And then my other daughter's in film school, so she's learning it, how to put films together from scratch. And so, that's been fun to watch.
That's really cool. Maybe someday you'll be in one of her films.
Maybe if she, is nice enough to hire me.
So you've been doing this for a while, all the way back in Living Color. God, I remember watching that coming up myself. What are some of the interesting kind of lumps you've taken along the way, if you don't mind sharing?
It's all a ride. There's no real specific lump that I took. It's a lumpy ride, and you just adjust after the lump. You learn and you move on, and that's what makes you by the time you get to 20 years in the game, 30 years in the game, is all the lumps that you've taken is what shapes you.
Speaking of lumps, Central Florida has taken its fair share with the passing of Hurricane Ian. People probably looking for a nice reprieve from the hurricane damage from flooding. I know that's kind of what we're talking about here in our community. As far as what's happening in our community, anything to say to people who are kind of facing this difficult road and taking a break from it all to come out and see you? Anything to say to those folks?
Yes, my heart and my prayers are with you, and hang in there. This too shall pass, and we'll get through it, and everything will be okay.
That's really sweet. I know it may not be something that you want to touch on, but I'm going to throw it out there. It's been out there for quite a few months now, and I'm listening to it on the radio on the way into work, and they're talking about Chris Rock and Will Smith's new movie coming out. Any opinion on what happened on stage between Chris Rock and Will Smith?
No, it's kind of over and done. It was wrong, and things it just was just wrong. It was wrong on so many levels. And so I don't really have much to say on it. I didn't like it.
Got you. Fair. I wasn't sure if it was going to be something you wanted to touch on. I know we hadn't talked about it ahead of time, but I appreciate your comment.
Mhm.
Tell me about the direction of comedy a little bit. It seems like I said, you've been in it for years, going all the way back to In Living Color to 2022, where things, it seems like it can be a little bit harder to tell a joke these days. You're pulling from things from family, you're pulling from things from culture, different things that you've experienced that are kind of like themes across the board with people. But sometimes it gets harder to touch on some of the things that are a little bit more controversial. How does that influence what you're doing on stage?
I just try to stay true to me. I stick to the things that work for me, and that's pulling from my life and telling stories that have happened to me in my life. And you know, it's harder for people to judge you when it's personal.
I agree.
Whereas you,
That's a great
if
concept.
if you're jumping on, the hot topic, then it's judgment time. And so that's not really what that's not really my humor.
Cool. So one secret I'd love for you to share with us. What's your skin game regimen? Because you look great.
Thank you. I just got a facial.
You're getting facials?
I get facials. I do.
I love it.
Got the ingrowns and put some steam on my face. Just make sure I keep my glow.
Absolutely. Well, you're doing a great job at it. And apparently
Thank
people are loving your funny bone and all that you're sharing with, like I said, the upcoming shows that you have Friday and Saturday that are sold out, but you do have the later show on Friday. People can come out and see you. Um, Let me see, what else should they know about you? What's one thing that, outside of the stage, outside of like your family life, what's one thing that people would be surprised to know about you, Mr. Wayans?
I couldn't even tell you. I don't know. I don't really sit around going, the audience would be real surprised to know that I love to listen to Christmas music in June. There you go.
Oh my gosh. Listen, it's Christmas in July is what they say. It's a popular thing for Hallmark at
I'm
least.
listening to it in June, getting ready for Christmas in July. How about that?
Oh,
I just,
that's funny. Is that
just
true? Are you just making stuff up, or is that true?
I'm not making that up. I'm serious. That was the one thing that they probably don't know about me.
That's funny. I like it. Anything cool you have planned while you're in town? I know Central Florida is kind of a tourist hub. Anything you're gonna do?
No, I'm relaxed and get mentally prepared to do my shows and have some nice fun energy for the audience.
Very cool. I appreciate your time. Thank you for sitting down with me. We'll let people know about your upcoming show, and I hope the last one gets sold out too, that everybody can take a moment to pause and laugh and have a little bit of levity.
I hope so too. Thank you for having me, and you take care of yourself.
Absolutely. Safe travels.